Can you talk about the boldness that is required to speak up in those rooms, to raise your hand, to whether it's to take on the additional workload of someone else or to sign yourself up for a certain opportunity or to put yourself in these rooms? I think there's a lot of potential fear, whether it's coming from yourself or from society, that it seems so difficult, so impossible. Why even bother trying? What's the internal narrative that you have in your head?
Yeah, to push forward. It's tough because those feelings of self-doubt or the questioning, well, we all have that. And the most successful people or have those moments and struggle with that. I come back to you are in this position because of the work you've done to get you to that point. And so don't doubt yourself and your preparation is sort of what it comes down to. And I shared a story once with a colleague where we had a kind of contentious investment committee meeting, and it was tough. The committee chair was not happy with performance and some other things, and the colleague came back and said, "You really held your ground and were confident and knew your stuff." And I said, "Well, yeah, I do know my stuff, but I've been preparing for those moments." And yeah, I think back to when I was at business school at HBS, the case method there, it was in some ways great preparation for sort of what we're talking about, right? To speak with conviction. I was speaking with conviction on topics I just read a case. What do I know about operations in a factory? But you learn how to get to the core thing and be able to articulate that. And I think that pressure kind of ability to thrive under pressure, under fire, if you get those reps in, then when you're in a position where you're doing the thing that best and you've been preparing for, just don't lose sight of that and be bold in that moment. But it's hard. As we said, it's those feelings of self-doubt. I have them still as I prepare for meetings, but that's where the preparation is key.
Is it also that the belief in what you're doing
Oh, yes.
is so much greater than the fear
Yes.
that you have to overcome?
Yeah. Yes. The conviction in, no, exactly. The conviction in in this case and what I do and what we're investing, our thesis here at Pivotal, the job I am now at Pivotal, that's what I come back to, because I don't want my hangups to get in the way of moving the capital effectively to get in the hands of these amazing investors and entrepreneurs. Absolutely. That would be failure. I mean, then again, that's fine, but it's like, don't lose sight of, like you said, how big the goal is. Exactly, Melanie. That's where we should be focused. And I'm just at this point in time playing a small part in that. So that's maybe a lesson in just not letting it get so big too, right? But you don't want to lose sight of that internal motivation and what we're trying to do and the work here.
And that coupled with the confidence that you had, the preparation, the experience, yeah, you belong here. I think there's a lot of talking yourself out of it, a lot of it fear-based.
Yeah.
I think it's really important to hear someone like you talk about how the mission is so much greater.
The mission is greater. You don't miss the shots you don't take. You have to do your work and be in the gym and reading and prepping or whatever it is to be excellent. But once you're there, you belong. There's a lot of narratives that, oh, you have to go to this certain school or have XYZ job. If you're in the room, you belong in the room, and don't give up your seat because of that, because of someone else's perceptions or hangups. You belong.